We have a population of 221,000 people over here that share the Asiedu. Most of them are fishmongers. The smoke that the fishmongers come into contact with causes respiratory tract infections.
Fish from here can never be exported to anywhere.
Sisimmom abedu CHORKOR na mijina no na me ba ma betu ema ne bebre me ba behwe sene ema no esi totonam ene bra wo mo bre ene amane a wo mo hunu ewo enam na wo mo tutunu me ba ye wo mo sesa enam no dane no na wo hwa enafom ne che se yenua ma na wo mo ye enam no wo mo bre yie me wi me keka eja ba ko hye mu mani nyina aye ko etinu wa mo hwe se wei na se obre tutu nam we nyina na awie ye no se wanya bibi ban firi mu a me fu se edie na beba ye beko akogye nkracho na wo besan atebeke
nkofo na geje bia wode chira meji miska
Ogesta me sibi
da makanya me na ko miska mama won no misi de bimrem loan pere botia ma ye yina wa ye kwa ye nchinam aka fa bo padan fa me ni pana brabo ina e basa
atokuntu mana wo me lebo
am badness
atokuntu shenya makebwa ke fia ya CCT ke jeblema no wole ka wa he ya CCT
na be apleka na ba plebo
CCT sumui CCT
bo be ne be apledo de na ba apledo CCT
ko ya he kako CCT
yanto ha CCT
tafia tanu a he otokorokoro ndani na ananu ntan ya ke titi omo to pa
elom ya wa chi ni CCT net na
CCT
for me ko CCT
kwa about CCT well atokuntu CCT nets CCT ropes CCT fishing gear CCT uvela hooks have always been our tradition because they are made of the best and quality material. They don't tear like the cheap ones. They are so strong that the fish that has been caught, they feel comfortable in the net.
This year, Master Samadin, Mom Messi, Shamami Semai. CCT, one of them or the phone book. Henceforth, Samarisha Apuya Wundama, Moko CCT.
Net.
CCT.
Rope.
CCT. Putisi. Ahuma Papa.
CCT. Uvela hooks.
Asamuna aye kanu ebi ani se wo kodigwa na se wo hwemu enwusie mani nyina ya me ya etu bebi a otimi kwan ahora etimi yenwu eye tu abuchafo asamuna aye kanu ebi ani da uwie we nyina na de nam ne kodwom na uwie na sika wo de kotoye wanya ene wanya mfaso wo so a da ye koye anase ye bai sɛnea ebinom kaa sɛ ɔmo bɛwie ɔmo kwan ahoro a emu yɛ tumu sie nko ɔmo ti ahoro a emu sie nko ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ infect a ebetimi aha wɔn daakye ɛnu nti na ministries no ɛtimi discover AHOTO oven ɛde ama wɔn eti yɛbɛsrɛ wo a wohwɛ mi bi a wototo nam ma na adeɛ wei ɛnyɛ wo anika na ɛnyɛ wo adeɛ a ehia na pebi na ɛfa ɛtoto wo nam sabre yɛbɛkɔ akosua sɛnea esi yusu AHOTO oven no eti yɛbɛkɔ fisheries ministry ne ho na yanhu pesamenu ɛbɛkyerɛ yɛn ɛkwan a yɛmfa so a yɛbɛyisu nti yankɔ ne yankɔhwɛ sɛnea yɛsi yisu AHOTO oven.
This is the AHOTO oven. Now, the AHOTO oven was born out of the fact that the fisheries sector or the fishery industry was coming up with a whole lot of ovens, people naming them with other things and all that. But then we decided as a sector to sanitize the system so that all of us we will come up with a product that would be accepted by almost everybody. So what we did was we looked at the CHORKOR oven. We realized that the CHORKOR has become popular. So therefore, if you are even coming up with an improvement in the fish processing industry, you need to have a facility that is closer to the CHORKOR smoker. Then around that time, the FAO had brought the FTT, which we were all looking at. Now within the FTT, they had oil collectors, yes, they had grate, and they had a whole lot of things. So we then felt that, oh, if we can then merge some of the advantages from the FTT with that of the CHORKOR smoker, I think we can come up with a product that will easily be accepted by Ghanaians. So you see that this facility is just like the CHORKOR smoker, but it has certain features that allows the product in here to even reach standards that can even be sent to Europe, America, and elsewhere, all over, and it will meet the standard. Now, the AHOTO has certain features. One, there is a hole at the back of the oven. That is where we have the primary air entering. We refer to that as primary air. Now, it is to allow air into the combustion chamber. And you know, with combustion, any combustion process uses oxygen. Now, if there is oxygen, there will definitely be complete combustion. And anytime you have complete combustion, what happens is you do not have smoke coming up. So that was the idea. Looking at what they are doing now, you see the smoke that is coming out. This is what you will not get when you are using the AHOTO oven. This is one of the reasons why this improved facility was developed, to reduce the smoke. So when there is complete combustion, there will not be smoke. So the smoke emission coming from the oven will then be reduced. In that case, you are not going to cause serious health problems for our fish processors. Smoke that will enter the eye to bring eye diseases, smoke that will enter the lungs, later on in their life. I mean, they will have diseases related to the lungs and all that. So it's because of these things. In the oven, what we have is we have this grate. Now what happens is, because the grate is tilted at an angle at the end, it does not therefore block the primary entrance. So it allows air to enter from this portion, which therefore facilitates burning of the fuel wood. And you see, the fuel wood, this is also to prevent the fuel wood going to what? Block that entrance. Then one other feature, which is also interesting with this AHOTO oven, is this entrance. Now, this place is referred to as the secondary air inlet. Now, the function of this secondary air inlet is only to allow fresh air that will then cool the temperature of the fire a little bit, because it's been realized that when the temperatures are within 120 degrees and above, what happens is it creates the situation where a chemical that we refer to as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, that's the PAH. Now this is the chemical that normally causes the rejection of fish along the borders, because this chemical is carcinogenic. So nobody would like to go and create problems for its people. But one interesting thing about this AHOTO oven is that whilst even the EU standard is 2 micrograms, this will give you a product where you arrive at 0.6 micrograms. Meaning it therefore meets all standards that we are trying to refer to, and especially the EU and all that. So therefore, if you process the same with fish, it can be accepted at the European borders. And if it is meeting the EU standard, then definitely it will meet the US, it will meet the Japanese, and wherever you want to export your fish to. And one very interesting thing with this is that this pH results comes up as a result of at times oil dropping on firewood and generating this smoke. And the smoke which comes out, normally when you see it, it's a little bit bluish in color. That is all carbon monoxide and all that. Now you will see that here you have what we call the oil collectors. Now this oil collector is what prevents the water and the oil from the smoke fish to enter the combustion chamber. So therefore it collects it, and there are tubes at the back where you can collect the oil and then use it as an alternative livelihood program where you can use it to prepare soap and other things which you can sell on the market. But on the other hand, we realize that it becomes very difficult for the women to clean the oil plate. What we've done is, during the process, before they even start the processing, they take a little bit of ash and then sprinkle it on the plate. At the end of the processing, they are therefore supposed to remove it and then clean it. And you will see that because of the ash, the oil droplets and all those things does not get stuck to the plate, but rather they are able to clean it. The combustion chamber is made of bricks, you understand? And this is so strong that it will prevent breaking with constant use. So you will see that the amount of fuelwood that you can therefore introduce in there is not much. So it is like you can control it. So you can control the fuelwood that you have to put in there, and then finally at the end you realize that the fuel that the oven even consumes is far lower as compared to the other ovens in the country. So now you have lower fuelwood consumption, so therefore your money to buy fuelwood is reduced, so now you are making gains, and then the smoke is reduced, and then finally you have a product that meets international standards.
Mr. Menu ache yesene yesi yusu AHOTO ovini no na ba beto minua ba ono so etoto nam ni bi eniti mebisa no sene AHOTO ovini no ene ovini dada na omu yusu no emu nsunsun ye sene tie minua ba mechia o meshawa wada ho maba me ba ye bese ye hunu AHOTO ovini ene ovini dada na amu yusu betoto nam no ensunsun ya edem
we dey usi na ye
we no eye we dada na na mu etimi kan ya na chese we ebeboa mo ama nwusie bebre na ha mo no abishafo sani o sika no o si we eboa omo esene dada na omo won enu ti Sisimmom Tabonommom ye beko akoje nkracho na mo besan atemeke.
Firewood serves as a major caliber to one of the major economic activities of women in fish processing. About 3 billion people in developing countries depend on it for smoking fish. Though firewood plays a crucial role in the fisheries industry, it has paradoxically become source of great worry. Smoke from this necessary evil has rendered people in fishing communities, especially women and children, vulnerable to very deadly environmental and health risks. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, exposure to smoke has severe damaging health effects, even more than the infamous deaths caused by malaria or tuberculosis. Smoke-induced ailments like lung cancer, visual impairments, tuberculosis, pneumonia, chronic bronchitis in women, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and cardiovascular diseases are responsible for about 16,600 premature deaths in Ghana yearly and 4.3 million deaths worldwide.
Last one, one sister could be a name. And yen and a bang, a category name. Tell us about Botomio, or law, or melon shamble. If you go catch upon your war, but now in our colleague.
Among the 4.3 million who die from consequences of smoke emission diseases yearly, 500,000 are children under 5 that die as a result of respiratory infections. These children whose lungs, eyes, and immune systems are not fully developed are often exposed to the smoke from their mothers' ovens, thus inhale large loads of particulate emissions. The smoke does not only affect the people, but the quality of fish also. The high smoke level produces very polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, which makes the fish carcinogenic and unsafe for human consumption. This has consequently affected the ability of fish traders to meet the standards required to export fish to the international markets.
She now make a train about you of fair if a fine. One were born use me. Or promote down the man back and if fair, no one promote when a chocolate smoker ever Haitian. She chocolate smoker last so fire lower chunk. You are the sunny echo about Conica echo about Connie. You
can see smoke coming out. This is how we are smoking fish now. And this smoke leaves some chemical, we call it pH, in the fish. And the value can be very high. That makes the fish not completely wholesome for consumption. Fish from here can never be exported to anywhere. Nobody will accept that.
Besides these health risks, the use of firewood has contributed hugely to the excessive logging and continues to pose as one of the most pervasive threats to Ghana's forests and mangroves. According to Forestry Commission, Ghana has already lost 70% of its forest and continues to lose over 2% of its forest annually. Recognizing the need to protect Ghana's forests, residents of the various fishing communities and consumers of smoked fish and the businesses of exporters, the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, through the West Africa Regional Fisheries Project, has gone all out to introduce and provide fish processors with improved fish smoking stoves, which have very minimal health and environmental risk. The AHOTO oven, developed by the Fisheries Commission and its partners, has been designed to produce less smoke. The oven has an outer wall, firewood entrances, an oil collecting plate to prevent oil drops falling into the fire chamber, a combustion chamber made of bricks, and has an inclined grate to ensure total combustion, and trays with a hood cover. Also, holes have been created in the steel plate with mushroom heads to allow heat from the chamber to cook and smoke the fish on the trays above. The combusting chamber of the AHOTO oven has been designed to use less firewood, and this helps them to conserve fuel wood to help save our environment. This is creating a better environment for fish processors to smoke their fish. For most fish processors, it is reducing their exposure to biomass smoke and the risk to various ailments. So how are the health of women, children, and other people within Ghana's fishing communities improving?
Yedeho endamono na we see no baby efa ensuo na ebegu nnam ne mu ama aye wisie ana anwa na begu nnam aye wisie ma na afete ma no sa ensuo no ye wo fat collector bi wo wa ye dia hyem te edreni ensuo ni na fa atire tokro bi wo oven echi efa ho sa aye ne kra wutimi de ye samna and what that is be te sa oven e ba de aboa ema no abo amano ama wo ho nam wan we see ma bebre mu we see so nko nam bebre ko we see na dross wo e ko nam na nkase mu e ma no so ya one po one di kura no asa obi nu miscarriage na wo tenchen se we see bi ko mu a obenya no so unya ne saa te nam no ya won we see no so e ko one e ho mu a wo di kura wo so e de e affect.
With the introduction of this oven, women and other persons who used to suffer prolonged exposure to wood smoke are now having a huge sigh of relief. The days of high risk and prevalence of chronic respiratory, eye, and cardiovascular diseases are over.
Because how can shallow just be if I've been one what you saw life you back again all ebe I've been noni helani your here biane ka o ka uto sha e ko be ko ka chokwa sibo ka sha ona ko ila bibi bi ani obi won ko lu enye ya abrochi e biane ko ka uto sha e ko be he won na de uto se na mo baba o ya uto ya
lele AHOTO oven wo ka sha do won na ke e fine life life won ne ba ye nye ye na ka e ba sha lo ku.
The low smoke that the AHOTO oven emits is also helping to enhance the quality of smoked fish. It reduces polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons in smoked fish to the lowest level. This will enable fish traders to meet export standard for smoked fish to other countries. This is expected to significantly impact on the export fortunes to increase economic value of fisheries.
AHOTO oven obia started say oyusua ebenya nam papa na ma we see nim ama ma no so yenya ahode ti expect say oba bia nti bi so AHOTO oven no say ba yeso ebenya nam papa wo ye ma nim na di
ko funa de gebra wa de chira meji miska
Oga sta mi Asiedu.
da makanya me na fa miska mama ho no misi de bi mrem load pere botia ma ye na awa ye kwa ye nchinam aka fa po pada fa me ni pana brabo ina e basa
Atokuntu mana o mele ebo.
I'm badness
Atokuntu shenya makebwa ke fe ya CCT e ke jeblema no wole ka wa he ya CCT na be apleka na ba aplebo CCT sumui CCT mo be ne be apledo de na ba apledo CCT ko ya he kako CCT yanto ha CCT tafia tanu a he otokorokoro na ni na anu ntan ya ke titi o mo to pa
Enomia watching CCT net na
CCT
for me ko CCT
kwa about CCT
Well, Atokuntu, CCT nets, CCT ropes, CCT fishing gear, CCT uvela hooks have always been our tradition because they are made of the best and quality material. They don't tear like the cheap ones. They are so strong that the fish that has been caught, they feel comfortable in the net.
This is a master madam, Mom Messi. Shall I say my CCT, one man when you have to cry or the phone boko. Henceforth, Samaria appear when the man Moko CCT.
Net
CCT.
rope
CCT. Put it see.
CCT.
Sanya aban penifo ebe kire mu sesi a. Oven na omo ka ho asem ebi nie. Ye frɛ na AHOTO oven. Ai sanya mi ko ye musie ni ade a bisa ma ni bia na e committee ni ade no. Wei entisa. Ube soja no ama abrenam no kama pa a wani mpunsuo wonti yawo musie bia wohini mu mfrinsuo eno ene AHOTO oven eti eye empanifo nhyehyɛ ya wo hyehyɛ aba no ye besere ema na amototo nam no se mu nyina mumfa mu enwura AHOTO oven ni mu na munya AHOTO na mumpo den so entimi endi mu wo a wohwɛ me bia wototo nam mana ade we enya wo anika na enya wo ade a ehia na pebi na efa etoto wonam yo aha ena me de mu besie ai eye ohene yire merci Asiedu Ajimaedu a aha ena me de mu asi dasene mo besan atiminka bi me damas